What's up, everybody? What's up? Let's go over some UFC predictions today. Get your coffee out. Let's get it. We're going to go over the UFC 256. Man, awesome card today. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the event. Maybe you guys are betting some money. Maybe you'll be able to win some money. I don't know. But I'm going to give you my thoughts, man. Sick card from top to bottom. Figueroa versus Moreno, Oliveira versus Ferguson. I mean, that right there, those two fights, that makes the whole event worth it. So I'm going to give everybody a second to join in. It's been a minute, YouTube fams. It's been on. So good to see everybody. Drop a comment. Let me know where you guys are coming from, where you guys joining from. We're going to be going over the main card, a couple of the preliminary cards. And I'm also going to go and look at some of the news today and give my thoughts on what's going on in the MMA world. I seen something about a lawsuit against the UFC. I seen Anthony Rumble Johnson just signed with Bellator. I didn't see that coming. UFC's going to be cutting a bunch of guys by the end of this year. So lots of crazy stuff happening in the MMA game. So make sure you guys let me know where you're coming from. And as always, if you have any questions, hit the super chat. What's up, Ali? Coming from Cater. Nice, man. Nice. Ricardo, what's up, my man? East Los Homies. Isaiah, what's up? Coming from LA. Nice, man. You guys are up a little early today. Up a little early. What's up, Jay? What's up, my man? We'll give everybody a second to join in. Evan. Yeah, what's up, Evan? So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on in the MMA world, man. And a lot of stuff going on in the economy as well. But let me know if you guys want to talk about any of the economy. I can give my thoughts on that as well. Just want to freestyle it with you guys today. Big fight card. Give my thoughts on the main event. I mean, let's see. Let me look at this fight card again. We have UFC 256, Mackenzie Dern versus Virna. We have Kellen Holland versus Jacare, Dos Santos versus Gane. Man, that's a good main card. And we also have Figueroa versus Moreno for the flyweight title. So that's a scrap as well. And then the preliminary card, man, is even just as good. We have Pineda versus Swanson, which is going to be a great fight, man. I mean, Pineda's hitting his second wind, coming back, rejuvenating his career. Swanson's a household name. Man, sick striking in that fight for sure. We got Billy versus Gavin Tucker. That's a 45-pound fight. That's going to be a little banger. And this Rafael Fiziev versus Renato Moicano fight, man, at 55. This is probably one of the most exciting fights, I think, on the card. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that. And, yeah, it's going to be a good one. What's up, Weston? Dennis, man, what's up, brother? What's up? Ali, what's going down, my man? Where's everybody joining from? Let me know where you're joining from and what you're grateful for this morning. I'm grateful right now. I'm back in Michigan, spending time with family, seeing my nieces, my nephews, my mom, my stepfather. So yeah, man, I'm grateful for my family this morning. Everybody's healthy, so thank God. UK, Ali's coming from the UK. Hey, didn't you just drop that vaccine over there in the UK? And that's like the first place everybody's taking it, right? Ali, how's that going? Is everybody healthy? No side effects? Nobody turning into zombies over there, Ali? Because that vaccine, man, it's a little nervous to take that, man. It's so quick. They just passed it, the FDA and everything. So the Rona vaccine, baby. Canada, awesome. India's in the house. What's up, man? I like it. Germany. Ali says that the UK, he thinks they just started getting the vaccine out there, but he doesn't trust it. So I take it, Ali, you haven't taken it, right? Yeah, Golden Jay's not getting vaccinated. Yeah, man. Yeah, I personally, I'm not going to get vaccinated at least for another maybe a couple of months because I don't know what the side effects are. I don't think anybody's going to know what the side effects are, if there is going to be any, but I'm going to give it a little bit of time. Chicago's in the house. Chi-Town, what's up, baby? East Germany's in the house. Poland. Man, that's gangster. We got a lot of people in the house from different areas. Guadalajara in the house, but from Chi-Town. Damn, nice. Guadalajara, dude. Canelo. That's what's up. I'd like to visit Guadalajara, honestly, man. They got the famous boxing gym there. Canelo's obviously from there. Seems like a tight place to visit. Niles, Michigan. Okay. Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio's in the house. What's up, Lopez? So yeah, man, yeah. So let's start off with a little bit of news today, guys. Before we get into the picks, let's start off with a little bit of news, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. Let me see here. Oh, today is the MMA history. McGregor KOs Aldo in 13 seconds. Dang, that was legendary. I remember watching that sitting back on my couch. I thought Aldo would beat McGregor. McGregor comes out there, boom, hits him with that famous left hand, 13 seconds in, knocks him out. That was probably one of the most historic punches I've ever seen. So happy anniversary for that. That's today. Let me see here. Fight game. Dana White puts a pause on Zuffa boxing plans. I'm not doing anything anytime soon. Yeah, I haven't heard much of Dana White in the Zuffa boxing really at all. I know he said he was going to get into boxing, but right now doesn't seem like a good time, man. I'm sure Dana is focused 100% on the UFC and his business to try and venture out and to get boxing going right now with everything going on. Doesn't seem like a smart move, man. So yeah, I think Dana, that's a good move on his part. Let me see here. Bellator's got a new champ, Juliana Velasquez, man. She beat Lima, who's a longtime reigning Bellator champion. So shout out to her. Congrats. Lima will be back. I've actually met Lima a couple of times, man. Very nice lady, San Diego native, and she'll be back. So Anthony Johnson signed with Bellator, man. I did not see that coming. Did you guys see Anthony Johnson signing with Bellator? That was totally random. Yo, what's up, Lee? Yeah, so I didn't see Anthony Johnson signing with Bellator. I thought for sure UFC would want to get him. I think he was under contract with the UFC. So to me, it just seems like that's one thing we'll talk about today is with the cuts. But, UFC is releasing a lot of guys, it seems like. Well, not yet, but it seems like they're letting go of some heavy hitters. Yoel Romero gets released. Anthony Johnson signs with Bellator. I don't know why UFC would let him go unless it became a money situation. Because I believe he was still under contract with the UFC. And Anthony Johnson is super exciting, man. I mean, he's a knockout artist. He beats everybody up. He only loses to the champions. So it makes sense to keep him. So with him going to the Bellator, I mean, I think maybe Bellator offered him more money. Maybe UFC let him out of his contract if he asked for it. Because you got to remember, look, when it comes to business, 101, if you want to make money in your business, you have two ways of doing that. Only two ways. Everything fits into these two categories. You have a way to increase your revenue, so have more sales, make more money, or you can cut your expenses, save money. Both of them make you more money. There's just two ways of doing it. It's like in fighting, offense is like making more money, and defense is like cutting your expenses and saving more money. So it seems to me right now that UFC is releasing a lot of people, and they're saying it in a way of you're going to be surprised. So I was surprised with Yoel. I mean, granted, you can make a case. Yoel Romero, he's lost 4 of his last 5 fights, like Dana said. He's getting a little older. But you can also make a case that Yoel Romero has fought the best of the best, the top 5 guys. He's still super exciting. Age is not a factor with Yoel, as you know, 44 years old. He's still knocking people out, still going out there, going against the best guy ever, Style Bender. It was a boring fight, but still, it was a close fight. So him releasing him, Dana releasing Yoel kind of makes it seem, I don't know if I don't know. It just seems to me like UFC is taking that avenue of, look, you have all these heavy hitters, guys that have been with the company that are making a lot of money. And then you have these guys that are coming up from the Contender Series or first timers in the UFC who are basically not making as much money, a quarter of what the guys at the top are making. So how can we make more money right now for the company? UFC has the ESPN platform. They need to put on all these events. And it makes sense to, hey, maybe cycle through, let go of some of these older fighters that are getting paid more. These guys that are making 8-8, 10-10, 12-12 that are under crappy contracts, in my opinion, their pay's not going up much. Let's just keep putting them on events. Most of the public doesn't really care too much of who's on an event, especially when there's so many fights coming and happening so much. So it just looks to me like UFC is cutting back on expenses and looking like they're getting rid of some of the higher paid fighters that have been around for a while. Obviously, I won't know that for sure until they release more people, but letting Yoel Romero go right now, letting Anthony Johnson go, man, that just seems very, very, I don't know. It seemed like two guys you would want to hold on to unless money was tight, you were strapped, you had to, have your balance sheet, work out. You got to get rid of some fighters that are making too much money. Fired them, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's, UFC cuts you, it's like they fire you. So I'm interested to see where Yoel goes. But it'll be a good one. Let's see what else we got. We'll get into the fight picks here very soon too, guys. I want to just go through some of the news. I haven't had a chance to catch up with you guys in like a week or so. So let's touch a little bit. If anybody has any specific questions, make sure to hit the super chat. I'll make sure to answer them. Boom. Davey Grant versus Jonathan Martinez. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Not much besides the stuff we mentioned. So let's talk a little bit about some of the fights. All right. Let's start with Rafael Fiziev versus Renato Moicano. Has everybody seen these two guys fight right now that is watching? Renato Moicano and Fiziev? Have you guys all seen these two 45ers and 55ers fight? Because if not, make sure to go check it out, man. Go check it out. Fiziev is super, super Muay Thai. He's got that fade back defense from when guys kick. He's a nasty striker, heavy kicker, leg kicks, body kicks, head kicks. And, man, great defense. He's tough to take down, Fiziev, and he's on a roll. He just beat Diesky. So this is going to be a sick fight in the lightweight division, man. I think this to me has like fight of the night written all over it. All right. I think, yeah, Matrix, right? Ruben says Matrix because the way Fiziev leans back out of those kicks, it's that vintage Muay Thai. And I love that. I think I want to see more Muay Thai come back into the game. Kicks, knees, elbows, that range where they're staying in front of each other. They're not moving as much. I love it. I love it, man. And on the other side of the cage, you have Renato Moicano. This guy's top 10 in the featherweight division. He just moved up to lightweight. He won his first fight. And, man, this guy's got great jiu-jitsu. He's got great striking. Trains an American top team. He fought my boy Jeremy Stevens. So I remember watching a lot of footage on him. He's good everywhere. Got good boxing, good leg kicks himself. So on paper, this is a tough one. This is a tough fight to call. Who do you guys think is going to win, Moicano or Fiziev? What's up, Sam? Sam says he's in just to say what's up and support the channel. Boom, I like it. I like where your head's at, Sam. Appreciate the support, my man. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, everybody. Moicano got a wicked ground game. Yeah, Moicano's got a great back take and choking the neck, man. Ruben's got Fiziev by decision. Yeah. Muay Thai stance getting double-legged. Maybe. Moicano with the upset. Fiziev with me. Yeah, so I really think, personally, I think Fiziev is going to beat Moicano. I think the fight's going to stay on the feet. I think it's going to be super competitive. But I give the striking advantage to Fiziev by just being a little bit more of a brute, hopefully being able to stalk him down, land those kicks, slip those punches, and counter off those. Moicano has definitely some ways to win, but I don't see Moicano taking down Fiziev that easily. I was impressed with Fiziev's takedown defense over his last couple of fights, and even his offense on his takedowns. So I think it's going to be a good fight, but I give the slight advantage to Fiziev just based on better Muay Thai, a little bit more power, and I think he's going to overwhelm Moicano a little bit. I would picture Moicano sitting back, trying to keep that range, sticking, moving, but I don't think it's going to work as good with Fiziev because he's a experienced Muay Thai fighter, trained a lot in Thailand. My coach, Eric Uresk, actually speaks very highly of him, trained with him out in Phuket, at the top team out there. So, yeah, man, I think it's going to be a good fight. Oh, we got a couple of Moicano fans think he's going to get it. I like it. I like it. That's what I love about this channel too, guys. Like, whether you agree with me or not, it's cool, man. I respect your guys' opinion. And, yeah, Moicano does have a stiff jab. Yep. Fiziev is also a coach at Tiger Muay Thai. Yeah, exactly, man. So when it comes to straight Muay Thai, staying on the feet, Fiziev has got that advantage. Moicano might be able to take him down. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold him there. Fiziev just looks like a little ball, man, and it's tough to hold those guys down. You might be able to, get their back or, choke them, but to hold them, it's tough because they're just like a little ball of muscle, a little ball of energy. So yeah. Oh, we got Chase Hopper. I ain't going to forget about Chase. Little baby Askren Jr. versus Peter Barrett. Yeah, I think Chase Hopper, man, I dig his personality. I think he's obviously got really good jiu-jitsu. He's a tougher young kid. And I'll give him the advantage in this one. I think Chase Hopper will get him. Maybe decision, maybe a submission. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Ben Askren Jr. on that one. Alex, what's up, man? Alex is in the chat. Long time freaking YouTube supporter here, baby. And he's at work. And he's tuning in. That's what I'm talking about, Alex. That's commitment, my man. Reminds me of one of the signers in LFO. Or what are you talking about, LFA? Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talent getting signed with the UFC, Alex, especially lately, man, with all of everybody falling out. You're seeing all these guys getting signed, and it just seems like so many people they're bringing in, boom, 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 that a lot of the fight cards, man, you really have to do a lot of your research to understand who they are because, a lot of them are newbies or guys that have been brought up from the smaller ranks. But that makes sense, right? I mean, there's a lot of people getting the Rona, a lot of people getting sick, testing positive. So it's still a weird time right now. And hopefully that vaccine works, guys. I mean, I don't want to go off on a tangent on it. We were talking about the vaccine coming out to the UK first. But I just read that the FDA approves it, Pfizer vaccine here in the States. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not getting it for a little while. The vaccine, guys, I'm going to wait 3-4 months to make sure everybody's not turning into zombies. But I really do believe that people on the front line, elderly people, they need to take that vaccine soon because the risk of getting, COVID is just definitely not worth it. I would rather take the vaccine and take my chances with that. So let's get back to some of these fights, though. See, I just went off on a little tangent there, talking about the Rona. All right, we got Billy Quarantillo versus Gavin Tucker. I actually I spoke with Gavin Tucker a little while ago. I trained aside Gavin at TriStar when I went there, and Gavin's tough, man. Good striker. He's explosive, very athletic. He fought a guy that I fought, Rick Glenn. Rick beat him and beat him up pretty good, but Gavin came back and just beat Justin James. So that was a good win, beating the dead man, Justin James. But then you got Billy, man. Billy beat the Jinja Ninja, and Billy's it reminds me of like a tough Midwest type of guy, dude. Coming up, hands, kicks, cardio, toughness, willing to push the pace. And I give the slight advantage to Gavin on the technique, but I really think that Billy's ability, say that 10 times, Billy's ability to be able to push a pace, stay tough, is gonna win him that fight. I predict a decision by Billy on this one. I think Gavin's going to have moments, but I think Billy's going to still just push through it. If Gavin does hurt Billy, I think Billy's going to stay tight and just keep stalking him down, keep kind of trying to gas out Gavin. Because here's the thing. Gavin's good when he keeps that distance in and out, but if you can stalk him down, that style, it'll wear him out a little bit, and you'll be able to see what he's going to throw. So I'm going to give the decision to Billy on that one. Let's see who else we got. Pineda versus Swanson, man. This is another fight where I think on paper you got to give the advantage to Cub Swanson. Pineda went in the UFC, got cut, went to the PFL, went to some other organizations, had success, and in the PFL, but now he's back in the UFC coming off of a big win. But then you have Cub Swanson, man. You got Cub Swanson, who is, an OG in the game. Cub Swanson's one of those guys that's been top 5 consistently for the majority of his career, but he didn't get the title. He didn't get the title shot, but he still has great wins. His fight with Doohoo Choi, I seen that on Instagram the other day. That was a gangster fight. He fought a lot of guys. Fought my boy Jeremy. Fought Aldo. He's fought basically everybody. So I think it's going to be a competitive fight, but I'm going to give the slight advantage to Cub Swanson. I think his ability to mix up his striking, stay away from the wrestling and the power shots, I think he's gonna do very well on the feet against Daniel Pineda in this fight. But I do respect Daniel Pineda in the aspect of a guy that faces so much adversity but continues coming back. Doesn't matter if he gets cut from the UFC. He does his own thing, man. He's in his own lane. He's making money, fighting. He's taking care of his family. It doesn't matter what you throw at Daniel Pineda. He seems like the type of guy that's gonna dust it off, keep moving forward. So 145, I think that's gonna be a sweet fight, though. Cub better keep it because Daniel worked in a very good BJJ fighter. Yeah, man. Daniel's got a really good ground game, and so does Cub as well. Cub's coming off of that injury, right? He hasn't fought in a while. He tore his ACL, I believe, and Cub's a little older. But he's got a lot of experience, and so does Pineda. KG, what's up, man? Swanson, the ocean spray. Okay. Daniel Pineda thinks KG. I can see that. Yeah, so I think that's really going to be a good fight, though, man. I think that's going to be a good fight all around. That's another, I think, going to be a high-paced fight. I think up, down, whether they go left or right, striking, grappling, it doesn't matter. I think that's going to be a good one. Let's see what else we got on this card. Now going to the main card from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, we have Junior Dos Santos versus Ciryl Gane. This is a weird fight because I would normally just say Junior Dos Santos based on his experience, his credibility, his resume. But Junior's coming off of 3 losses, man, and that really affects you. Junior's been in a lot of wars, taking a lot of damage. His momentum's a little bit, down right now because he's coming off those 3 losses. He's getting older as well. And then you have Ciryl Gane, who's 2 or 3-0 in the UFC. He's a little bit fresher, but younger as a fighter. He's only got 6 fights. So this one, I'm going to have to go with, man, it's a tough one because you could weigh either option, but I'm going to take Junior Dos Santos on this. I'm going to go with the OG, former champion. He's probably a favorite, I would believe, off the top of my head. But, yeah, we'll see on this one. If I was betting, I wouldn't really bet on this one because to me, this is it's a lot of unknowns. For the way I feel about this one, I wouldn't bet on it. But I really don't bet a lot on fights, guys. Personally, I go to my boy's house and we watch the fights, and they're betting 20 per fight, or if they got parlays going. I don't bet very much. I just like to watch the fights, but it's a fight, man. It's a fight. You zig when you should have zagged. So if you like that adrenaline of betting, definitely there's no better ways than to bet on some fights because it's the highest of highs, right? You got a fight, which is, that's the highest of highs, and then you're betting some money. So it's gambling and fighting. Doesn't get much better, right? Who Junior Santos looking ripped? So who's the underdog? You said I didn't look at the odds recently. So Junior Dos Santos is the underdog? Junior's great value. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, dude, if Junior Dos Santos is an underdog like that, I would definitely put some money on that then. Jeez. I know he was that big of a – $100 wins you 300. Yeah, man. That's some good odds, I personally believe. Leiden thinks that Junior's getting slapped. Oh, man. Ooh, Gaines 450. Oh, who is it? KG Wong bet. I bet on me my last fight. Oh man, gracias amigo. Junior Dos Santos abs are in this time. No flap. Yeah, hey, if a fighter's got abs, man, you already know he's coming in at least in some type of shape. He's getting slapped. Oh, look at Arnov hitting the super chat. All right, let's see what Arnov's got to say, guys. Arnov, I'm not going to try and pronounce your last name, my man, because I feel like if I do that, I'm going to butcher it. But you know what? Let's try. I'm sorry if I butcher it. Upendeye. Arnov Upendeye. What's up, my man? Let's see what he's got to say. Let's book a fight. Me versus you within 2030. Big fan. Oh, man. Let's go. Call up Scott Coker. Call up Dana. Let's get it going, man. Maybe we can jump on the head coaches of the Ultimate Fighter. Arnov. But yeah, 2030, man. I don't know if I'll be I might be a little older by then, bro. So we might have to do it sooner than later. But I appreciate you supporting the channel, bro. So yeah, guys, Junior Dos Santos, he's good odds, man. 3-1 odds. Maybe bet on that one. But I'm just giving you my opinions. I don't want well, you can if you want to, but hit me with the DM the next day saying you lost me a bunch of money. Oh, you suck. Oh, dislike, unsub. Fight at Street Beefs. Dang, Leroy. Street Beefs, man. Me and my buddies, Josh and Nick, we were watching that the other day, dude. Cracking me up. Great fights, though, some of them, dude. You have, the Street Beef, this guy over here versus this guy, Satan's Playground or Satan's Backyard or whatever it is. Super entertaining, guys, on YouTube. So if you haven't checked out Street Beefs, go look at it, man. Who do I want in my next fight? I don't know. It doesn't matter. YouTuber versus, yeah, we got the Logan Paul coming up versus Floyd Mayweather. I wonder if that's going to go through. It looks like it. But, dude, obviously, it's a boxing match, but I think it'll be entertaining in the aspect of, Logan Paul isn't no chump. He can box. He's big. He's athletic. And you have Floyd Mayweather, the best to ever do it. I think it's cool to see YouTubers or guys outside of, that lane of just straight boxing, being able to get these opportunities and get fights and make it an entertaining event. Again, if you haven't checked out my video talking about the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul event that happened a little while ago, I like it, man. I think it's different. It's charismatic. You have the entrances. You have a big following by each fan base, and why not do it? You know what I mean? Why not? Entertainment, man. I mean, you look at WWE, right? I mean, dare I say it's, quote unquote, not real. Even though it is, it does hurt. They do some crazy stuff, but it isn't a real fight, and it's a lot of it scripted. But you look at that, and that's a huge entertainment platform. Me as a kid, I love WWE. I don't watch it as much anymore. I'm a fight fan, MMA, boxing, but it's entertaining. You have the storylines, the beefs. You have the characters. So if you can kind of translate that with the Jake Paul and the Logan Paul fighting guys like Mayweather, Mike Tyson, I mean, why not? Why not, man? I dig it. All right, let's get back to some of these fights. If you haven't already, make sure to smash that thumbs up button just so it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Keep building the platform. Yeah, Leroy, they don't need the UFC, right? If you're able to kind of compete, have a promotion without having to, go through and pay and take other orders from other people or other promotions, why not? Right? I mean, if you're able to do that, you might as well. I mean, anybody out there, you'd be lying to yourself if, like, let's say you work at a job, right? You work a 9 to 5 at a fast food job. Now, imagine if you could make more money and have your own fast food. Now, it's not that easy, but imagine if you had a platform where you could do that. Why not go and do it yourself, make more money, have control over your business, your finances, instead of going through another organization? So shout out to Jake Paul and Logan Paul, man. They've built that platform up. They can do it. So it's cool to see. It's rare, but it's cool to see. All right, let's get back to it. Let me see here. We got Kevin Holland versus Jacare Souza. Ooh, I'm a fan of Jacare, man. I've seen him fight a while. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. I've been doing jiu-jitsu my whole life. So Jacare is a beast. He got the old boom, the old Gator. I dig it. Then you have Kevin Holland, man. He's a tough. This is a big fight for Kevin. I feel like. Now, who's gonna win? Again, this is one of those fights. I think Jacare is gonna beat him, but to me, Kevin Holland, he definitely seems tough. He's athletic, good striking. He seems hungry too, man. I dig the personality of him. I've seen some of his rides on some of his cars, and I did see one of the YouTubers, shout out Han, one of the guys in the channel, sent me an email saying how Kevin Holland spends all of his bonus money on cars and everything. So Kevin Holland definitely has a different viewpoint than I do when it comes to money. He's out there spending his money from what it looks like on cars and other, what I would say, liability stuff that's going to go down in value instead of up. But shout out Kevin, man. Some people like to live a little bit more in the moment. And the thing with Kevin, if he beats Jacare, man, it's going to be a lot of money for him. That's going to be a huge step up in competition. That's going to get him closer to that title shot, which is making more money. But I personally think Jacare's grappling. I think Jacare's experience, Jacare's striking. This guy's good all around, guys. He can knock you out. He can ground and pound you. And, of course, his jiu-jitsu, there's levels to jiu-jitsu, right? You have Damian Maia type of jiu-jitsu. You have Oliveira, Charles Oliveira jiu-jitsu, which we're going to get to. And then you have Jacare level of jiu-jitsu. It's high. Unless you train that constantly with those type of feels, those type of training partners, you cannot prepare for that. I think Jacare is going to submit him or TKO him in this fight. I'm going with Jacare. And Jacare is old, yes. Yes, Jacare is old, but hey, man, you see him. He's physically, he's gifted. And my man definitely is still in it to win it. I mean, he's been doing this for a while. Dana calls him Big Mouth. Is that Dana calls who Big Mouth? Holland? Or does he call who's the guy Dana? I know he doesn't like him and Ferguson butt heads. Maybe Woodley, right? Is it he called Woodley big, or no? He maybe calls Chaos Colby Big Mouth. What's up, Eddie? Eddie the Blassins in the house, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, my man. What's up, Clive? Welcome to the chat, brother. Eddie thinks that decision Holland. I don't know, man. I don't know. Eddie, you betting on this one? You betting on this fight, man? Yeah, Dana White did say that T. Wood is the hardest guy he's ever worked with. Yeah, yep. Nope, Eddie ain't betting. All right. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a good fight, guys. And that's the main card, too. And this main card is on – it's pay-per-view. Okay, pay-per-view tonight. And then the ESPN2 and ESPN Plus is the preliminary card. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, good card. Next fight. Mackenzie Dern versus Virna. And I'm not even going to pronounce that last name because I'm going to butcher it. And we're just going to talk about this one. Mackenzie Dern. She's obviously a very, very good jiu-jitsu. They both are really, really good jiu-jitsu. Both are pretty athletic, too. Mackenzie Dern's got a lot of hype behind her. But what are the odds on this one? I didn't look up the odds on this one. Virna is definitely going to be some good competition for her. Westland's in the house. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, my man? Ooh, Eddie thinks that Dern by the submission. Now, Cage got Netherlands by the first round. Yeah, you know what, guys? I mean, Dern's jiu-jitsu is definitely seems like it gives a lot of the girls trouble. I know Dern's had some trouble making weight in the past, but man, who am I going to go with on this one though? Right? I'm going to go Virna, man. I'm going to go Virna. I think she upsets Dern. I didn't see the odds, but okay, Dern. Yep. So Dern's a favorite, right? Okay, yeah. So I'm going to go Virna. I think she's going to upset her, man. I think decision. I think whether it's on the feet, whether grappling. I think she'll be able to hang enough in the grappling to do well there. But I'm just going to go Virna by decision, just basically off of feel. Sometimes you got to feel it, man. Sometimes you got to feel it. And Dern's the favorite, -200. Yep. So that'll be a good fight. Dern's a former jiu-jitsu champion too, so that's cool to see. I love when jiu-jitsu fighters, like former champions or former wrestling champions or man, boxing champions, whatever it is, they come over to the game. I respect that, and it's very entertaining to see, guys. So next up, we have Tony Ferguson versus Charles Oliveira. This is probably the fight I'm most hyped about on the event. I personally think this fight could be the main event. I know they have the title match, but these two guys, whoo. Let's start with Charles Oliveira, man. He's the most submissions in the UFC. My man, striking has gotten better. He has the Muay Thai pressure. And what's cool about Oliveira is he's able to pressure so hard that he doesn't care about getting taken down. He actually pressures so hard that he wants you to shoot on him. So when he's pressuring so hard and just hitting you, it's easy to think that you can drop down and hit a takedown. But that's what he wants, because then he's got that famous guillotine, man. It's super, super tight. This guy is abnormally strong, too, I felt like. Like, when I fought him, granted, he was a little bigger, but when he grabbed me, he just felt big, man, strong. Like, you wouldn't think, when you look at his frame and the way he looks, you wouldn't think that he's as strong as he feels. He's deceivingly strong. Oliveira's got jiu-jitsu from calf slicers to knee bars to rear naked chokes, arm bars, triangles. I mean, he's got jiu-jitsu for days. His striking, too, I like the way he mixes up combos. He doesn't overcommit on stuff. His right hand's been looking good. Evident when he beat Nick Lenz, knocked him out. Jordan, Flash Gordon, when he freaking dropped him. And he's coming off of a big win over Kevin Lee. I just rewatched that fight with Kevin Lee yesterday. That was a sick fight, man. But I think he was all over Kevin, man. He freaking throwing flying switch kicks, punches, just kind of going at it and putting it on Kevin. And that's the difference right now with Oliveira from the past to Oliveira now, man, is he's going for it more. He's being more aggressive. He's believing in himself. And he's going to need it with the guy across the cage, right? You got Tony Ferguson, El Kukui, watching some of his interviews. Man, he's hard to follow in his interviews, but I love it. I love it because it's different. I love it because he's just being himself, and he doesn't care what people think, calling people out, being weird. But man, I dig it. I like that Diego Sanchez type of weird. I dig that Tony Ferguson type of weird because, man, be your authentic self, right? You don't have to put on, you don't have to be fake for nobody. Be yourself, and that seems to me like what he's doing, even though his self is very goofy and hard to understand and follow. But hey, to each his own. Tony striking, volume, kicks, knees, punches, everything. He's got good jiu-jitsu himself. When it comes to the striking, I give the advantage to Tony just based on volume. I give the technical advantage to Oliveira when it comes to just straight volume, pressure, and the ability to kind of mix in your own creativeness. I give that advantage to Tony. Jiu-jitsu, I give it to Oliveira. Cardio, heart, I give that to Tony. So I'm going to take Tony based on just breaking Oliveira down. I think that unless Oliveira catches him early on in the fight, which it could happen, guys, I just think that Tony's gonna stick him a little bit, gonna make him miss, and just gonna kind of break Oliveira down to a point where Oliveira is trying to just survive, and Tony's gonna just TKO him. That's what I'm thinking. TKO Tony Ferguson on this one. Now I say that with there's no clear winner in this one. Obviously, Tony's coming back from that fight with Gaethje, so we don't know how he's going to be in that, on the comeback. I'm going to take it as Tony's the type of guy that's going to come back and be a lot better from that instead of being worse. I think he's going to come back more fired up, and so I'm going to lean towards Tony winning this one. But I love it when he's like, "Hold on, bro, I'm talking, bro, I'm talking." When he hit Fabricio Werdum or Brett, the ESPN, with Akimoto or what his name is. I love it. So who do you guys think? You guys got Oliveira? You think he's going to submit Tony? Tony's got long limbs, so I can see that. But or you think Tony's going to break him down, hit him with them cartwheel kicks? Ankle pick. Oh, man. If he comes out, picks that ankle, it's going to be dope. And yeah, Tony is the type of guy. Oliveira submits him. Okay. We got Tony has better BJJ, I think. Tony via TKO round 3. That's what I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking that same. Oliveira, Darth choke, Oliveira. Yeah, man. That's one thing about Oliveira, though, is Tony's got that type of body, long arms, long, a neck. So if Oliveira gets him in those positions, he could choke him. Charles via Tony past his prime. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can say Tony's past his prime. We don't know yet. We're going to find that out tonight, man. Tony goes out there, breaks Oliveira, beats him. He's right back in the mix. Oliveira, to me, is one of the dark horses in this division. But then again, Oliveira breaks, man. Sometimes, when you see him with Felder, he had that choke. He had it for a little while. And then, once Felder survived that, he freaking just started elbowing and Oliveira just wanted out. It looked like to me, like, I don't know if he was gassed or whatever, but I do love at this weight, Oliveira's better at 155 than 145 because Oliveira's way of winning is pushing the pace, constantly going for submissions, constantly going for strikes. Oliveira just goes. So I think at 155, he's definitely a better pace, better cardio for him for his style of fighting. Yeah. Oliveira has quit under pressure for sure. And I'm not betting on this fight, guys. I wouldn't, again, I'm not a big bettor. So I wouldn't bet on this fight. I wonder what are the odds? I didn't check the odds recently. Who's the favorite? I'd imagine probably Tony, right? Tony would, from my perspective, he'd be the favorite. Welcome to the channel. Ferguson's a favorite, yeah. Ooh, Execution coming in with the McGregor icon. What's up, Execution? Welcome back, man. It's good to have you back in the chat. Let's see what he's got to say. He crushed that super chat, so let's hear him out, guys. Execution says, and he's always got some good questions, so let's see it. Hey, jury, it's been a while. Any update on your next fight? By the way, you need to make an OnlyFans. Ooh, you think I'd get some love on the OnlyFans? It is pretty popular right now. So shout out Execution, man. Great questions. My next fight is early next year. I don't have anything lined up yet, but we're talking to Bellator. We'll get that worked out. I'll keep you guys in the loop on when my next fight's going to be, but I'm thinking early 2021. And I need to make that OnlyFans page. Man, if I was a girl and I could find a way to create a revenue source off of that, I would do it. Why not, man? I mean, shout out to all the girls that are able to do it, hustling, building their brand, hey, if it works for you, you'll be able to make money, take care of yourself, your family, do it. And it's very popular nowadays. I wonder how competitive and saturated that market is because I feel like you jump on Instagram or even TikTok, OnlyFans, it's like every good-looking girl and their mother now is doing the OnlyFans. So remember, when it comes to business, guys, it's the competition, right? Usually the money goes to the top. So if you have millions of girls jumping into the OnlyFans, era, then you're going to have that money displaced, or it's just going to go to the top, girls that are doing the OnlyFans. So I know it started off as, I think Beck Rawlings was one of the first girls to talk about it, and she's doing very good with, money. It's a game changer. I read an article for her. But the more and more girls that get into it, the more it becomes competitive. So just kind of like the Instagram, right? Like you have the Instagram, girl and influencers that are